Well, it comes down to the 14th and final race of round 4 of the 2024 Dutch Championship powered by Chrono Karting. It's the KZ2 final. Here's your starting grid. 17 competitors set to go into battle over 13 minutes plus 2 additional laps. Robin Glirum starts from pole position. We'll be having Jens Trö alongside on the front row. Enzo Boll will line up on the inside of row number 2. Alongside will be Jeffrey Fixer in the 205. The defending champion, Quinn Winkel, starts on the inside of row number 3 in the 201 and will be joined by the 214 of Renzo Alibags. Then next up, row 4, Bart Plug in the 281, joined by Germany's Fahin Megger in the 245. Rounding out the top 10, the 207 of Jarno Opmeer and the 277 of Dirk van Sifthout. Joey Hansen in the 240 and Daniel Tenbach in the 223 round out the top 12, ahead of Gil Mertens in the 234, the 211 of Kevin Stehauer, Dan Zopfi in the 272, Rick Mears in the 204 and Nigel Hendricks in the 266. So the drivers weaving from side to side, getting the temperatures and the pressures up to specification. And then it is going to be one blast from the line. So looking at this from a championship perspective, well, Gil Mertens, who leads, get this, the top 2 in the championship are lining up 13th and 14th. That's Mertens and Stehauer. Trö is on the front row. Boll is on the inside of row 2. Megger outside of row 4. Tenbach outside of row 6. Alibax outside of row 3. This could be a defining moment in the championship. We're at the halfway point of this 8-round calendar. And the drivers are psyched up, ready and willing to put it all on the line here at this tight, technical 14-turn, 1,050-metre circuit. Drivers are revving their engines. Okay, we're going to get another tour of the short formation lap. Race director not happy. Well, looks like Nigel Hendricks is not going to take any part in this final and has just pulled the cart onto the weighbridge. So we will be down to 16 drivers. This could set the tone for how the second half of this championship unfolds. And Glirum is already on pole position, waiting for the rest. Jens Trö pulls up alongside. I'm going to be interested to see how the drivers have lined their karts up. Some pointing towards the inside of turn 1, some pointing towards the outside of the competition. Green flag waves for the final time here at Circuit de Landsard for round 4. Red lights are on, revs rise. And the lights did not go out. Full start. Oh, well, because we've had a development for the 205, Jeffrey Fixer. Due to start 4th on the grid. So does that, right, let's see. Well, looks like the cart has got on going again, and a cheer from some of Jeffrey's friends. So this will give Jeffrey Fixer the opportunity to go back, I hope. Let's see if he gets it up to speed. He's going down the gearbox into turn 2. Let's see if he accelerates. That's going to be, see if he seems happy with the cart. Obviously, that might depend on whether he ends up starting on the outside of row 2. Obviously, that is at the discretion of our race director as well. Robin Glierham again comes onto the front row of the grid, starting from the inside line on pole position. Jens Strø, Enzo Boll line up on second and third position respectively. They may have to clear a little gap, but Jeffrey Fixer looking at the right-hand side of the chassis. I don't think he's going to be 100. Oh, he's looking down. I don't think he's going to make the start. He's going to pull it off. I think that's it for Jeffrey Fixer, what could have been 4th on the grid. Okay, let's see if we can give it an opportunity this time. Green flag waves at the back. Let's give it. 3rd time of asking, 3rd time lucky. Red lights on the gantry. Lights are out and a great start from Jens Strø at the front end of the field. He mugs Robin Glierham going into turn 1, taking the race lead and getting an initial lead of 3 kart lengths. The field bolts its way down into turn number 2, and there's a little bit of a touch between the 2 SP Motorsport teammates. Oh, drama there. But I think, well, one was definitely looking for the opportunity. It was Quinn Vinkel on Enzo Boll. And Vinkel, being the defending champion, had every opportunity to get through on the inside, and he's got that job done. Jarno Opmeer's also got past Enzo Boll in the meantime. He's rounding out the top 7. And now looking for an opportunity to get through towards turn 8 for the first time. But it's Jens Strø leading the way. Second, it's Robin Glierham. Then third, it's Quinn Vinkel. Out of turn number 14. Look at the lead the Jens Strø has got. 9.5 tenths after the opening lap. That's ridiculous. Glierham battling away. Well, Quinn Vinkel now up to second. Third, it's Bart Plug, Joey Hansen and Jarno Opmeer now round out the top 6. Enzo Boll now down to 7th as someone dive-bombed up the inside into turn number 3. And it was a Birolart chassis, went for a late lunge. Front axle up and down like a yo-yo on a string. And still, oh, and someone's gone off of the chicane. That was possibly Quinn Vinkel in the 201. I think he just went in a bit too deep on that front. So 1.265 seconds is the distance between first and second position. Quinn Vinkel finds himself down in 6th place behind the likes of Bart Plug. Joey Hansen, who's made the most gains in this race so far. 7 spots from 11th, now 4th. And he's got Jarno Opmeer about 4 to 6 kart lengths behind. So Opmeer, you know, great to see him back in a kart after multiple years away, but there's a challenge for 3rd place. Joey Hansen was menacingly looking towards the inside through turn 10 on Bart Plug, but that's brought Jarno Opmeer into the fray. Opmeer not that far away, 2 spots away from well, at least 2 spots away from a potential podium for the 207. A man who's contracted as a factory esports driver for Mercedes-Benz, and has recently been doing a lot of F1 sim racing in terms of representing the squad. Also has his own YouTube channel, so good to see him as part of the grid. But Jens Strø is not getting away. Robin Glierham is closing. Gap last time was 5.5 tenths. It's now being closed down by about a tenth. Renzo Alibaks, in the meantime, has closed on in. Quinn Vinkel finds himself down in 11th position behind Germany's Farin Mega. Daniel Tenbach is 9th, behind Enzo Boll, who started P3. But there is still going to be a lot of opportunity in the next 7¼ minutes for anything between the top 5 to happen. So 6 minutes and 50 still to go. And the fastest driver out of anybody so far, Renzo Alibaks in 6th place. 44.132 is starting to close on into Jarno Opmeer, who's rounding out the top 5, having gained 4 places. So Jeffrey Fixer out. Nigel Hendricks did not even make it to the start. And a real shame for Jeffrey Fixer. He caused the second false start due to the kart not getting away, and then had to pull that kart to the circuit. A real shame for the Maranello driver, but the top 5 covered by 1.8 seconds, make the top 6 covered by 2.5. This is where things get crucial. 6 minutes plus 2 additional laps. There's Enzo Boll closing in on Kevin Steyer in the number 211 on the Carlos Sainz chassis, the CS55 mark. Another one of the current Formula One brigade that have decided to make an alignment with a major chassis provider, that being OTK in this instance. And Joey Hansen goes purple and is within 9 and a bit tenths of a second of the race lead. But Renzo Alibaks responds. So top 4 covered by 9 tenths. There they are. A little bit further up the order, up the road, I must say. And now with the fact that all of the top 6. Okay, so we've got CRG leading, Birlar second. I know for a fact we've got CRG's 5th and 6th with Opmeer and Alibaks. Gil Mertens makes the move on Rick Mewitz for 14th place, so gains a second place, a second spot in this race so far. So let's see what happens. Bart Plug rounding out the top 3. Alibaks another new fastest lap of the race, 43.012. I think there is a little bit of strategy being brought into play, I think, by Opmeer and Alibaks. Sometimes it's better to just wait to see if anyone gets a bit desperate in front of you. There's that sense of urgency, and then there's also that sense of desperation when it comes to the latter stages of a final. And this could be an important one for the 2024 season. At the moment, Jens Stroer looks to possibly make his mark, and for want of a better term, more than likely be leading the way out of this round and heading to West Germany next month. And that would put him ahead. Well, let's have a look at this. Gil Mertens, 14th. Definitely going to... So 3 minutes and 10 seconds still to go. Things are closing in between 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. As now Opmeer and Alibaks are just waiting for something to happen. Well, Joey Hansen, well, you look at this could be a big front. A big bit of planning here, okay? The 3 drivers at the back end of this top 6 are all CRG drivers. So is the driver leading, Jens Stroer. Jens Stroer wants to win this and take the championship lead. But with this top 6 running in this formation, Alibaks is trying to give Opmeer the hurry up now. Down in towards turn number 2. Alibaks looks for the move. Opmeer does not fight it. Good call there by Jarno. Very good call. Like, okay, I knew he had possibility of cleaning everything up. clearing past me and getting off into the distance. This might help Jarno in the bigger picture. The reason being, if you've got someone who's faster in front of you, you can follow their lines. You can use them as a brake marker. You can use that slipstream. That's incredibly, incredibly crucial. But because the three battling over the last 2 places on the podium are getting closer together still. Glirum, Plug and Hansen. And if something happens between those 3, then Alibax and Otmir will be there to pounce. 1.9 seconds covers the top 6. This is where things could get a little bit closer or a bit too close for comfort. Glirum will want to do something here to consolidate a good points haul. 55 points for a victory, and it'll be 52 for second. So when you look at that, that's 107 points for Robin Glirum, who at this point, up until this race weekend, was down outside of the top 10 in the championship. This could help the 2-1-6. But the way things are, it might be the case that everyone might just want to get home and go, you know what, that is it. It's been a very, very long day. Very long day here at Circuit de Landsard. And this is where it really does get crucial. But Joey Hansen is not letting go of wanting to get that 3rd place. He's going to absolutely go for it, because after this, we've got 3 laps to go. Hansen on the cusp, maybe of getting on the podium. Did a great run in the pre-final, but started down in 11th in this final. He's 1 place away from the podium. He's got to give it everything. He's got to put every fibre of his being, every sinew, every ligament, every tendon, every thought that he needs to give himself the ultimate kick up the backside and go, right, Bart is just in front. I know I can get him, but now I've got to think of where can that happen? Where can I pull the trigger? When can I fire it up the inside? Well, from my perspective, if he gets a good run coming out of 12 and 13 and through 14 and he's right on the back bumper, then that's his opportunity. He wasn't on the back bumper coming through turn 12. 2 to go. Glirum now 3.5 tenths behind Jens Strø, who will become the new championship leader after this race. So Strø, that'll be interesting. Both of them picking up 107 points apiece. And Gil Mertens, disaster for the championship leader, out on lap 14. I've just seen the dreaded blue mark against Gil Mertens' number on the timing. But now it's going to be 1 lap to go. 1,050 metres, 14 turns to go. Jens Strø is 1 lap away from victory. Was second best. And now Glirum starts defending. And Hansen went for the move through turn 2. He couldn't get the job done. There was a little bit of a touch between the pair. And that has brought Alibax right back into it. And Alibax senses there is an opportunity in the offing. But corners are running out. This is it, now or never. He's got to do something special, but he's not close enough to facilitate it. But Plug did that on Robin Glirum through turn 8. And now Plug and Hansen could be on the podium, but it's Jens Strø who takes the championship lead with victory in the final. But Plug decided, you know what, I'm going to fire it up the inside of Robin Glirum. And Glirum has just been denied not just a podium, but he's not even in the top 4 in that race. Jens Strø has just said to Gil Mertens, Kevin Sterhauer, and everybody else on the grid this season, you know what, I'm now a contender. Thoroughly deserved that victory. The 242 takes the win after 18 laps. Butt Plug in second. Joey Hansen from 11th on the grid to P3. Renzo Alibax 4th. Robin Glirum 5th. Jarno Otmir, 6th, having started 9th, was 1 spot away from a top 5 finish. Enzo Bol and Finn Winkel round out the top 8 for SP Motorsport. Fahin Mega, Daniel Tenbach, Kevin Stehauer finishes 11th ahead of Dirk van Sifthout. Rick Mewers and Dan Zotfi all finishing 18 laps of racing. Championship leader up until that point, Gil Mertens, retires on lap 14. Jeffrey Fixer, Nigel Hendricks, unfortunately not making it to the start.